Do you like the Jackass movies? I don't know if we talked
Yes,
about
I
that.
love. I haven't seen the fourth one, but I love the first three
Oh,
Jackass
dude, the fourth
movies.
one's good. The fourth
I've
one,
heard
like,
it's good. I just kind of forgot about it.
no, it's real. It's you should watch it. You should get stoned and watch it. It's awesome.
Well, here's the thing: is that I hate watching the Jackass movies alone, and Roxanne isn't gonna care about them. And there's
Yeah.
like one person I would watch them with like instantly, and he lives
Mhm.
in another state.
Yeah, I do too. I'll just go fuck myself. So
How do you know I wasn't talking about you?
cause I know you weren't.
Yeah, no, I
I
wasn't.
know you. I know you. All right, motherfucker.
Well,
I
I
got a
just said that. I just said that because I watched the first three with him.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I forgot what I was gonna say though. I totally forgot, dude. It just fucking gone. Oh no, have you seen Rampage
with
with Dwayne the
with
Rock
Dwayne Johnson, and
Johansson?
it's like the big gorilla and the big wolf,
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah. I
Is it
actually,
cool?
yeah.
Is it
Oh,
like?
you
Is
haven't?
it like?
Are you asking like, should you watch it?
Yeah, like I know it's not gonna be good, but like, is it worth a watch?
It's not terrible.
Okay.
It's not terrible. I've seen it like, I don't know. I've seen it a couple times. I think I
Okay.
liked it better the second time because I paid more attention the second time. Like I think the first time I just kind of put it on and wasn't paying attention, and then
Yeah.
I went back and rewatched it and paid attention. And I was like, okay, it's not terrible.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Good to know. And then what else was I gonna? Oh, the reason I brought up Jackass was because I recently have been like a few weeks ago I rewatched like the first or the second, third, and fourth one.
Yeah,
And I think it's the second one. The last bit
the
that they
terrorist prank
yes, when they prank
is
Aaron,
the greatest prank I've ever seen.
it is so intense. Like it is fucking insane that they pulled it off and
Yeah,
like that like it's so good. I mean like it's stressful, but like it's really good.
Aaron McGee is from my hometown.
Oh really? That's
Mhm.
awesome.
I've never met him, but no,
Yeah.
he's from my hometown.
Mm.
A lot of them are from Oregon, but Aaron
Yeah,
McGee specifically is from my hometown.
that's awesome.
That's
Dude,
right, Aaron McGee. That's
yeah,
it. Yeah,
Danger Aaron.
Danger
They just
Aaron,
beat the shit out of him. He's
dude.
like the punching bag.
I love Steve-O. I'm so happy that Bam is recuperating.
Is he? I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought he was
because
still fucked.
well, that's why he wasn't in the fourth one
I
because
know.
they
He's
said
in one shot in the background
in the fourth one.
because they shot some stuff with Bam and then they
Oh,
cut it all out. Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that. I just know that they told him if like they're like we want you in it, but you have to be clean,
Yeah.
and he
And
wasn't.
I guess
And
not. Yeah.
he just wasn't. He was battling. So which makes
Well,
sense
good for him.
because
Good for
yeah,
him that he's getting help. But we're not here to talk about Jackass. We could totally do an episode on Jackass though if we wanted to. There was a time in my life where I was so obsessed with Jackass. I was in middle school. I had people call me Steve-O. I would like
what the
oh, so embarrassing, dude. So fucking embarrassing. Like I would there's a video somewhere of my friend Joey holding my skateboard and I was like, let me try to chop it. And I didn't tell him that I was gonna kick him in the nuts, and I did, and it's in slow-mo. It's actually pretty funny.
do you still have
Yeah.
that video?
It's on Facebook somewhere.
You gotta find it and send it to me.
And I remember tagging John Asher. I was like, look, I made a movie. He was like, that's fucked up. But anyway, let's talk. So you have some movie news for me. Do you think that conversation is going to take longer than the Silver Surfer stuff?
You do your Silver Surfer stuff first.
Okay. So I was listening to the Hot Mic, which is with John
Right.
Roca and Jeff Snyder, right? If
Right.
you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. And they were talking about the Silver Surfer casting, right?
Right.
And it just got me thinking. I was naked. I was in the shower. It just got me thinking.
I would hope you were naked in the shower.
It just got me thinking, like, okay, I'm sure there's a reason that's not. I think they're going to do a Silver Surfer movie with Norman.
Uh-huh.
I think she's probably going to die in this movie or something like that. Because
Isn't it Norrin?
Norman, yeah, sorry. Did I
Not
say
Norman.
Norman?
You said
I'm
Norman.
thinking
And I
Norman.
was like,
I'm
it's
thinking
Norrin,
Norman Reedus because
no,
it's Norrin.
Norrin Red. Or Norrin
Yeah,
Rad.
I'm thinking Norman Reedus or
It's like
whatever the
Norrin
fuck
Rad or something like
from
that.
Walking Dead. But yeah, so I don't know if she'll die in the movie, but I think it's gonna be the reverse of what happened in the comics. So I think she's gonna sacrifice herself for Norrin. and then he's going to be the main MCU Silver Surfer. Because remember, Fantastic Four is in an alternate universe. And we're thinking that universe is going to be destroyed by the end of the movie. Therefore, the Silver Surfer might be destroyed by the end of the movie.
So then the main MCU universe would be Norrin.
I think so.
Okay.
That's kind of how I feel, because I really do like Julia Gardner or whatever her name is. I'm sorry, I forget. Because she has like a really like interesting look to her. But I also really want like the Silver Surfer. I know she is the Silver Surfer, but it's like I want Silver Surfer. You know what I mean? It's like it's so I do think she's gonna maybe not die, but I don't think she's gonna be like the Silver Surfer in the MCU.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Is that it?
Yeah, I had a lot more to say when I was in the shower, but I I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, what do you like? Are you? I know you don't love like the fact that we're not getting Norrin at first, but like, I think we're gonna get him at some point. Oh, that's right. Because fuck, what's his name? An actor.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes, the tweet.
Well, it was between him and her, and then he was upset that it wasn't him.
Well, he tweeted, "I thought it was gonna be me."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he was told to take it down, and he did. And I'm thinking he's in talks to play Norrin, but the deal hasn't necessarily closed yet, and they just didn't, like, because they keep shit tight.
So fire fucking casting, Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, perfect. And that's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to be the main Silver Surfer in the MCU, and that's why I think they told him to take the tweet down. Because like if there was no chance, why would they care? You know what I mean? Like it was just a joke tweet. But if he was being genuine, and Kevin Feige was like, take that shit down.
Yeah.
IJS. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. I can see that happening.
My old teacher, Mr. Davis, used to say that. IJS. And then one time.
What's IJS?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
A student called him racist. He was like, I'm not racist. I hate every single one of you.
I'm not racist. I treat all races the same, including the bad ones.
The bad ones. Including the ones I fucking hate. But you've got some movie. Do I have any? Hold on. I write down movie news like sporadically, and I think yours is going to top anything that I might have.
It is.
So...
This is gonna be like one of the biggest movie news ever.
I don't have anything.
Found this out yesterday. My dad told me, and I looked it up, and it's true.
Shout out Browen's dad.
And
oh wait, before you tell me, I've got like a potential movie news. So
okay,
finish what you were saying, but I'm going to tell you.
No. Tell me your potential.
Okay. Sam Raimi is interested
in Secret Wars.
And has been very vocal about it. And there have been talks of him.
Isn't that old news though? Didn't we already?
No, like recently in an interview, he was like, Marvel, hit me up.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm down. What do you think about that?
We'll see.
Because you didn't like Multiverse of Madness.
No, but I mean, I love the Spider-Man trilogy, and yes, I say trilogy because Spider-Man 3 will always have a special place in my heart. But I still want it to be two directors, and like I had mentioned earlier in a previous episode, I would love to see Christopher Miller and Phil Lord take over. I just don't know if they will. Or maybe the guys from
talk to me.
What the guys that wrote, or maybe it's just one guy. You know the kid, I forgot his name. The kid in Freaks and Geeks that is now like a big time writer and director.
Haven't seen him. Haven't seen it. I don't know who that is.
Well, he wrote and directed Horrible Bosses.
Great movie.
He wrote and directed Game Night. He wrote Homecoming. He didn't direct it, but he wrote it. Okay. It's like John Francis Daly, I think.
All right, keep talking. Let me look it up. Let me see what he's
and
doing.
I think he has a partner. I think he has a writing partner or a directing
partner.
He's
gay? I'm just kidding.
I think he has a writing partner or a directing partner. So I'm just saying, I'm just thinking of director duos that I want to see, because just a movie that big, there's a reason that Joss Whedon left Infinity War, because it was just too much. And also, I'm super grateful he did, because Joss Whedon sucks.
Seth Gordon directed Horrible Bosses. Is that the guy?
but John Francis Daley wrote it,
Oh, okay. All right, hold on.
right?
Because you said
I know that he
wrote and
directed. I know he
directed.
directed Game Night.
John Francis Daley. Yes. So he wrote game. He directed Dungeons and Dragons. He
Ooh, which is
directed
a
Game Night.
really. Have you seen Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, pretty kind of a
It
low
was.
key banger.
It
You know
was.
what I
It
mean?
was. I watched it recently. It was a fucking
It's good.
blast. I
It
I
was so
enjoyed
fun.
every minute of it, and I've
It was
never
exactly
played
what it should
Dungeons
have
and
been.
Dragons. Yeah,
Exactly what it should have been.
yeah.
So he wrote Homecoming, or he was a writer on Homecoming. He was a writer and director on Dungeons and Dragons. Writer and director of. He was one of the directors on Game Night.
Okay, so
So
it is. He does have a directing partner.
Jonathan Goldstein,
That's it.
who also directed Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. Okay, so he does have a directing
And
partner,
Vacation,
which
which was
is
not
not good.
not
But that was like
not
the
good.
early days.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know if they would handle something as big as Secret Wars
No,
very
probably not.
well.
I'm just saying I
Just
want
just
a
because of
director.
scale.
I just want two people directing a movie as big as, not that I don't think like a single director like Raimi can handle it. I just think that Raimi is a lot better at handling personal stories.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not all directors do scale very well.
Yeah.
I think if they had more under their belt, the two brothers who did Talk to Me would be an interesting idea.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Only like if they were like 10 years into their career or something like
Mhm.
that. You know what I mean?
Like you think you could see them doing something like that in the future, but not right now.
For sure, for sure.
Okay.
Because like Talk
Yeah.
to Me had some bigger ideas, and so
Talk to Me
like
is
if
so good.
it's really good.
Talk to Me is so good. I want to rewatch it now.
Same. Anyway, Secret Wars is gonna happen at some point. What is your movie news?
Okay.
I'm worried. I'm
Parker,
scared.
are you sitting down?
No. The fuck yeah, I'm sitting down.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm worried. I'm scared.
Okay. J.J. Abrams.
Okay. Just let me make sure. Star Trek 2009, The Force Awakens, that guy,
And
right?
Super 8, which you haven't seen, and
Haven't seen.
and you now have to watch it after what I'm about to say.
It's just not streaming right now. I was gonna watch it the other night, but go ahead.
Super 8?
Yeah.
Is J.J. Abrams' love letter to E.T.
Correct. Yeah, I know.
And now he wants to do a Back to the Future.
Like love letter or reboot?
I don't know. I know. So here's what I do know.
Yeah.
Here's what I do know. And my dad told me everything, and then I looked it up, and I read everything that my dad told me. So basically, J.J. Abrams wants to make a Back to the Future movie. And he said he doesn't want to do a reboot, but he wants to do something similar to what Super 8 was to E.T. And at this point, I'm like, so are you just going to make a family comedy time travel movie?
Yeah.
Or are you going to have it set in Back to the Future universe? Like, what does that mean? And this is like recent news. So literally, like, I think all I'm telling you right now is everything that everyone knows.
Okay, as long as it's not like a reboot or like a remake or whatever.
But they kept saying in the article, I mean, this could just be the article, but they kept putting reboot in it. But then when it got to J.J. Abrams talking, he was the one that was like, I don't necessarily want to do a reboot. I just want to do something in the vein of what Super 8 was for E.T.
Okay.
All right.
That's fairly exciting.
I don't know. I don't know. Back to the Future is one of those titles that you just don't fucking touch.
You don't touch it.
And
you don't fuck with it. It was arguably a mistake to even do the trilogy. And I love the trilogy, but like you don't need to fucking touch that movie.
They didn't want to do a trilogy.
Yeah.
Fuck it. What's his name?
Robert Zemeckis.
Zemeckis, thank you. Yeah, he didn't want to do a sequel. He said that if they were planning on doing more than one movie, then they would not have put Jennifer in the DeLorean at the end of the first one.
Yeah, I saw that recently.
And also the flying DeLorean at the end of the first one, which eventually leads into the second and third. They did that 100% as a joke.
Yeah, no, they weren't supposed to do the sequel.
Yeah, which that being all being said, 2 and 3 are not bad.
Oh, I love 2 and 3.
Like
Not as much
it's
as the first, but
no,
I love
and
2
I
and 3.
like 2 better than 3. Some people like 3 better than 2.
Yeah.
I think
My
2.
friend Leah, I'm gonna text her right now, tell her to fuck off. She loves no, okay. She says 2 isn't good. And I'm like,
Mm,
nah. She's like, there's too much going on. Fuck you. Okay? If use your head, use your fucking brain, and then there's not too much going on. You know what movie has too much going on in it?
what?
I forgot. Uh,
Never mind.
I'm texting you right now. Mad at you.
No,
Talk to
I love Back to the Future 2 because it's it takes everything from the first one but just ups the scale, and we
Yeah.
get to see the first one from another perspective.
Love,
And I love
love,
that.
love.
You
And
know,
even in the
like
third one, I love that they do the bit where he wakes up over and over again. I love that. Like
yeah.
it's like cheesy, but it's awesome. Like it's just funny. It's good. It's
I've
cute.
only seen the third one literally like maybe 5 times in my
What
life.
do we? What
What
do
do we?
we?
What do we? Literally, let's just say that. Yeah, no, I've seen the third one maybe 5 times in my entire life. It's been a couple of years since I've seen it. I've seen the second one a handful of times. You know, like I know
Yeah.
that movie very well, and I've seen the first one too many times. But there's no such thing as too many
Ugh.
times with the first one.
First one
But
is ugh. Anyway, we could do a whole
no, the
dude. We
first one
have
is
got to do a Back
perfect.
to the Future deep dive. We have got to do that at some point. That would be
Well,
like
yeah,
the
we have
longest
to because
episode.
our podcast is
Oh
called
yeah, I honestly didn't even think about that.
the Flix Capacitor podcast. I love how we started this episode and immediately started talking. We didn't even say welcome back
Yeah,
because it's a
yeah.
shorty. It's a quickie. This doesn't
It's a
count. Like
shorty, dude.
it's a
We're
little
banging
shorty.
for like 5 minutes. It's a quickie. It's a little
Little
dwarf of an
it's just a
episode.
little quickie. Just a little quickie before we have to get stuff done today. We just wanted to just do a little quickie so that we're in a good mood for the rest of the day. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to J.J. Abrams talking about doing something Back to the Future wise. I'm down for it as long as it's not a reboot. And I am one of those people who is not like a hater of like don't remake anything because people are like everything's a remake nowadays. It's like that's just not true. You're an idiot.
I just am with certain
Um,
movies. Back to the Future
with
being one of
certain
them.
movies, Back to the Future is one of them. Like
Like
just
literally,
it
Back to
is
the Future is like one of the 5 movies that I'm like, just don't touch it. Don't do anything.
don't
Don't
because
do
you
anything. I
can't
don't want it to be a franchise. I don't want it
the
to be rebooted.
yeah, no, the point of a reboot, aside from making money, is to potentially expand and do a different take on something, right?
Yeah, or
And
like
for a
modernize
lot
it
of
for new
yeah,
audiences. And
for
it's
a
like,
lot of movies, I'm down for that. Like, I like that we're gonna get another Wolfman movie. I love that.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah, yeah. Or like
I
we
like
need
that
a
we're getting
creature
more
from the Black
Frankenstein.
Lagoon.
Yes, or like the new Alien. It's not a reboot, but like we're still making them, and it's gonna be different,
And
right?
they're up like it's gonna be the shit that they couldn't do in the 70s, but it's still gonna
Yeah.
hold the core of what the original was.
Yeah, and there's nothing that you can expand on or make better about Back to the Future. That
No,
is
it's
like kind of regarded as a perfect film.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It
And
is
even
incredible.
though the movie is about time travel, it is a timeless movie.
Oh yeah,
It's absolute
it holds up. So I'll tell you this story really quick. So again, in 2020 is when really I started to fall in love with the film. Right,
right.
COVID happened, whatever. Um, and I made a list of movies I wanted to watch or rewatch that I hadn't seen in a while. Because again, couldn't do much. I was stuck inside. I'm gonna watch a fuck ton of movies. Back to the Future was one of them because all 3 were on Netflix at the time.
Right.
I was like, and I hadn't collected anything yet, right? So I was like, fuck, I haven't seen that since I was a kid, but I remember loving it. I remembered pretty much nothing aside from, for some reason, the underwear scene. I don't know why. That was like
Calvin
the only
Klein.
scene I remember. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like the only scene I remember. So I hadn't seen it since I was like 5 or 6 probably. And I watched it in bed on my laptop and I was like, what the fuck? And it instantly became my favorite movie. And 4 years later, it's still my all-time favorite movie.
It's been
It
one
is
of
incredible.
it's been in my top 10s for as long as I can remember. I've moved my top 10s around, you know, I've taken movies out, I've put movies in, I've rearranged the list. Back to the Future is one of those movies that's never left.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a movie that like, because like there are some movies that I want to wait to show my kids until they're at a certain age so they can appreciate them at a certain level.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to show my 6-year-old, I don't know, like Nightcrawler, 12-year-old, you know,
Well,
or something.
obviously that's rated R, but you're not going to show your 5-year-old son now I can't think of a movie, but
Yeah,
I
like
get what
I
you're
don't know.
saying. Like
Yeah,
Star
like
Wars. Star Wars. You want your kids to remember Star Wars.
I want them to get why the second one spoiler is so huge. I want that to impact them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it won't really impact a 5-year-old as opposed to like a 12-year-old or something like that, right?
Right.
Back to the Future is a movie that you can show at any age, and I think a kid could fall in love with it because it's
Absolutely.
just no matter how old you are, when you watch that movie, it resonates. It's
It's
just so good.
it's such a joyful movie.
Yeah,
You know?
it
Like
it it's got certain energy
it's it's
that is just
it's one of
so
those movies that, like, if you meet someone that doesn't like Back to the Future for any sort of reason, it's like
yeah.
instantly you're a red flag to be around, and I don't want to
Yeah.
like. It's like, how could you be so negative that you actually don't like Back to the Future?
Yeah, and
You
you can be
know?
like, "Oh, it's not my favorite, but I do like it." That's fine.
Yeah,
But
no,
like
that's
to
fine.
not like
I'm not
it,
saying you have to be obsessed with it, but like I've
I don't think
so
I've met anybody who doesn't like Back to the Future.
I met someone who
Except I remembered who I sorry, I remembered. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
met
Go ahead.
someone who is a close friend of mine, and I don't think I still don't think he's seen it. But he said that the reason he doesn't want to watch it is because he hates the name Marty.
Fuck you.
And I'm like, dude. And then he was a coworker, and then my manager overheard that, and my manager said, "That's the gayest thing I've ever heard."
Whoa.
Both him and the manager were gay.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I love that. So I just remembered who I do know that doesn't love Back to the Future. I don't know if he doesn't like it, but I remember him because my friend Jake and I at work were talking about it, and Jake was like, "Perfect movie,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
top 10, whatever."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And then Joe, who is also gay, maybe it's a gay thing.
It's a gay thing.
He
Yeah.
it does. It's a gay.
Because it's all about getting your straight parents to love each other.
Yeah, yeah, they're just jealous they can't procreate,
Right.
And so, so Joe, the gay guy, my friend, who I do see lots of movies with, he was like, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't have the nostalgia. I was like, you don't need nostalgia
Yeah.
to like that fucking movie. You don't need nostalgia to like The Dark Knight or The Godfather or
Or
fucking
Spider-Man.
or Spice. I want Spider-Man. Like it's
I
just
want Spider-Man.
you're a fraud, Spider-Man.
He's a menace.
Yeah, no, and I was like, fuck you, Joe. You know what the fuck? Joe is like one of the most negative people I've ever known in my entire life, just
Yeah.
to be honest. But no, I was just like, how the fuck do you not like Back to the Future? Like, even
There was a girl that I was talking to in high school, and
like talking to or like
we went
talk?
out a little bit. We went out,
Nice.
and
Nice.
I really hope she doesn't hear this. I really hope she doesn't listen to this, because she was one of the most negative people
What's
I've ever
her
met.
full name and address?
No. She's one of the most negative
No.
people I've ever met, and
No.
I'll give you an example. She once told me that she hopes to be a widow one day. Like, she wants to live longer than her husband so she can be just a widow. And I'm like, that's
like for the attention?
I don't know, probably. And she's like super
Why the
into
fuck?
star signs and stuff.
Oh, I'm a Sagittarius. I hit a bunch of kids on the way to work. I'm such a Leo. You know, or like fuck you.
Like,
You know what I mean?
one of my friends asked her to prom, and she said yes because there was a bunch of people there, and then she like texted him later.
Damn!
Hey, I don't want to go to prom. And then she went to prom.
Damn! Fuck,
She
dude.
went to prom without him, and then when he went up to her and asked her to dance, she said no.
Damn,
And
dude.
what was really fun, I promise I'm going somewhere with this full circle. I just want to tell a funny story.
No, I like it, dude. Let's just fucking go. Let's just talk
I
shit about
remember
people we know.
at the end of that school year, I was talking to that friend who was a good friend of mine, right?
The one that asked her to prom?
The one that asked her to prom. He was a good
Okay.
friend of mine. And this was after her and I started this was after her and I were talking, right?
Okay.
Because her and I, we were like off and on for a little bit, and then I realized like I'm not going to get anywhere with this woman. It's not worth it. We are polar opposites.
Yeah,
like,
she wants you to die before her on purpose.
Yeah, I was like, no way. So we were signing yearbooks at the end of the year, and I get his yearbook to sign.
Okay.
And in the corner, I see her, and it's a little paragraph, and she's like, It's like, hey, I loved spending this year with you. Sorry about prom. Signed this. And I wrote below it, and I signed the exact same thing as she did.
Oh
I
my
said, hey, I
god.
had a great time this year with you. Sorry about prom. Because I just thought it was so funny. Because I don't know. But the point is, as negative as a person as she is, right?
Yeah. Full circle.
She still loves Back to the Future. And
Banger.
I know that because she's never been a big movie person, and that was another thing that like when it came to nighttime and we would like stay in, I'm like, let's watch a movie, and she'd be like, ah. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
and one night I was just like, let's watch Back to the Future, and she was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a good one.
That's all I need. You know what? My wife can beat me. She can hurt me. She can abuse me physically, spiritually, mentally, and verbally.
She can
Whatever.
cheat
As
on me with
long
my own brother. I don't
yeah,
care. Just as long
yeah,
as she watches Back to the Future with me at the end of the day.
yeah. Even if she's fucking the guy while we're watching it. As long as it's on consensually, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
As
good.
long as by the end of the movie she's rocking out to Johnny Be Good,
Oh,
we're good.
dude, I really we're good. I really want you got to come up at some point so we can go see Back to the Future the musical. Cuz the Johnny Be Good part's really sick.
Okay.
It's really sick. But anyway, I don't know. This episode took a turn that I didn't know it was going to take.
Yeah, you texted me, hey, do you want to record like a 30-minute session? I have something I want to talk about. I have a Silver Surfer theory. And then I was like, well, I have movie news that I was gonna wait to tell you, but
dude, in the shower, I was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about this for so long." And it was like 3 minutes. Oh, fucking whatever, dude. Anyway, do you have anything else to say?
nope, that's it.
Do you have
Because
any
we
more
were
good
we were planning on
stories?
recording today, so I was just like, oh well, I do have movie news for you that I was waiting to tell you, but I guess I'll tell you now.
Oh gosh. Well, do you have any? All right, let me pull up the links for everybody to. Oh, I texted Joe saying we talked about him on the podcast. He said nothing bad. I hope. Pretty much only bad. TBH. Okay. If you want to find Broen on the internet, you totally can at Broen Broen the movie maker. No
Everywhere
dashes,
across the
no
board.
dots. Yeah, no dashes, no dots, no slashes, no underscores. What are they called?
Underline.
No. When it's like Broen underline. What do they call them on Instagram?
Oh,
Under
a
the fuck, dude. Why
yeah.
can't I
What are
think of
those called?
underscores?
Underscore. It is
Is it
underscore.
underscore?
It is
That sounds
underscore.
wrong. That sounds wrong.
Broen underscore the movie maker yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
but it's
So, but
not
it's
that.
not.
It's not
It's
that.
not.
It's just Broen the movie maker. The only time you're ever gonna put a space is when you're looking up my YouTube.
Go ahead
Which
as YouTube.
actually I
Subscribe.
think TikTok and Instagram, or not Instagram, but TikTok and YouTube, it's Broen the movie maker as the tag, but my actual name just comes up as Broen. I just changed it to my
Okay.
first name.
Cool. But if you look up Bro in the Movie Maker, it'll come up. If you
It'll
want to
come up.
find me, Parker McInerney, anywhere, or Blu-ray Daddy anywhere, if you want to listen to my other movie podcast, which Browen's going to be on for sure, the Cineverse podcast, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, rate, and share this podcast with your friends and family on whatever the fuck you want to post this on. As long as you're sharing us with people you love or don't, that's all we care about. Because we want money, baby.
Give
Right?
us your money.
Give it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We do this for free.
Yeah,
In
we
fact,
do
we
this for
lose
free.
money.
We do. We literally fucking. I mean, like, we're anyway.
Maybe we should start a Patreon just to cover our subscription with
And
the.
you and I are the only people subscribed to this.
That's our girl math.
Yeah. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate you forever. We'll see you next week with a brand new episode of the Flix Capacitor podcast.
Love you. Bye.